Alright, so we're going to be watching SquirrelyDan, who's going to be playing Reinhardt on King's Row. This is Silver 5. I think it's on PC. This is what they said. Hi everyone, I've learned a lot because the sub is so helpful, but I'm at a point where I need some outside help to get better before I fully tank my SR again. I started out Gold 2 in Overwatch 1 and slowly pushed myself down to Bronze. I worked my way out in Overwatch 2 and made it up to Gold, and then Season 4 bumped me back down to Silver 3. Worked and got to Silver 1 at 99% of the rank, only to proceed to go 4 and 15 and be bumped down to Silver 5. Sad. Now I'm 1-3 and on the verge of being bumped down to Bronze Hell. I've been in plat lobbies and dominated, I've been in silver lobbies and gotten trounced, and I'm just at a loss for how to get better, aside from occasionally pushing too aggressively. I don't want to let my teammates down. I'm not interested in always blaming them for it, because it's just not statistically likely. That is true. I really appreciate any help you might all be able to give from this clip. I started and stayed as Reinhardt, and my team lost. Okay, cool. So let's actually start by. I'm not going to do a full review on this one, just enough to help you out. I know you mentioned in another comment that you feel like you're about, at the point where you feel like you might want to give up on playing Overwatch. If you enjoy the game, definitely I would strongly encourage you to keep playing. It is possible to improve despite, going up, down, whatever it is. You can always improve, right? You can always improve. I took a quick look at the first few minutes of here. There's nothing like mechanically wrong with you so much that you can't climb. Like, I'm not seeing somebody, like some people have, physical limitations that prevent them from maybe climbing in this game. I don't think you're that person, right? I think that just with some coaching, some advice, I think you definitely can get better. I also suspect because of your volatility, playing really well sometimes, playing really poorly in other times, a big part of your issue might be situational play, right? Like, you might play okay Ryan most of the time, and in some situations, like especially if you're a Reinhardt main, like on maps that are brawly, straightforward, like for example, let's think of like Control Center on Legion Tower, right? So that's a very good Brine map, there's a Reinhardt map, you might do really well, but then if you play another map like Gibraltar, right, or Numbani, you might lose almost all your games on those maps because they're just not good maps for Ryan. So one thing you could do is also keep track of which maps are you losing and winning at, and that might help you to understand what you're doing wrong. I also have a good number of map guides that you can watch for tanks. I think could be very helpful to you depending on if you can identify which maps you're having trouble with, and that might be of assistance. Anyway, let's watch this. We're not going to watch the whole thing, just the first few minutes probably. Start our first point. I would never double fire strike like that. You want to throw fire strikes that are likely to hit at least one person. I would say at least 75%. Throwing both fire strikes right now is not very good. So my perspective here is, hey, look, they're playing really far off the choke. Great, that's fine. I go over here, I clear the soldier, force him back, and then I go forward and I'm going to take this spot right here. I call this like the inner corner or the inner U. So go and just take this tight inner U corner, and that's all you got to do, right? It's really quite that simple. You take here, right? You step over here, you swing, you force them back into this corner, you force them back into this corner, and then their team will kill everyone for you. That's all you have to do. And then you can stand on the point. You can push, obviously, if you get an advantage, but you don't have to force anything. Just by standing here, it's going to force them to come onto the point to contest you, and then they stand in the open, and then your team kills them. So as you go over here, I would release shield. Yeah, you're at full health right now. It's no problem. Even if you're fire, no problem. Yep, get the mini. So Junker Queen's out of position. Great, yeah, whack her. Yeah, just keep hitting her. Excellent. So a good rule for Ryan is as long as you still have armor, you're good to go, right? You can keep swinging. In this situation, your back is to the enemy team, which is a little more dangerous. The Ana could grenade you. So I'd play like a little safer, but I think in general, you're good to swing here. Yep, keep swinging. She's obviously getting low. She axes you. I would try to keep her I would not try to get behind her. Like, this is a bad idea, because then if you need to shield suddenly, you have to shield only the Junker Queen or the rest of the team, and then you still need to do a 180 to block them. So try to keep the Junker Queen in front of you. That way, if you start taking a lot of damage, you can throw your shield up quickly. Great. Junker Queen's dead. This should be an easy win. You're going to actually block the Ana grenade here accidentally, which is great. Excellent. Actually, that could have been intentional, actually. That could have actually been really good reactions. So, remember my general rule, which is, hey, if you don't have armor, don't push, and you push through and you die. So I think that single tip will help you a ton. If you don't have armor, don't push. And you're also going to get a sound cue for it too. So listen. So you see the flash of red on your screen, followed by the sound, like, that sound, that gasp, that's like the 35% mark or so for heroes. You should immediately shield then. That's a really good reaction to have. It's just shield right now, easy win. Right? Just shield, and your team has already won the point. I think you might cap it anyway. Yeah, your team's going to cap anyway, but that's like an excellent instinct to prevent you from dying. All right, so you're capped here. So yeah, chill a little bit. Make sure you got your whole team here. Good, you're good to push, right? You have full health, you have full shield. Not your job to move the cart. Just start moving it. I would immediately go up here, right, and start swinging, forcing them back, right, fire striking, farming ult charge, etc. Do all the things that you need to do. Your Moira, whomever can stand on point. Oh, you got a kill here. I would definitely push right now. Right, they're down 1. Push when you have advantage. But this is a big mistake. You should not be playing on cart. The reason why you shouldn't be playing on cart is because when you stand on cart, they're all going to stand here and they're just going to shoot your shield and break your shield, which forces you to back up, and they're going to shoot your teammates and kill your teammates. But if you are standing right here, they cannot do that, right? Because you're going to swing in their face. They have to back away, or they have to break through your shield and kill you somehow, all right? So that's why playing up for space is so important. You don't want them to shoot at your team. You want them to shoot at you, and then you use your health and your shield and your, like, you know, taking cover in order to stay alive. So you're way too passive right now. It's good for fire strike. Let your shield recharge. Definitely should not shield here for any reason. There's no way the jungle can beat you 1-on-1. Excellent. So I think really good right there to not shield at all. I think that is not an instinct I would typically see from what's it, Silver 5. I would say that felt like a better, significantly better than Silver 5 play to know that you did not need to shield right there. Okay, this is really unfortunate. But so for starters, when you shatter, okay, you should always think, am I going to be the one who kills the team, or is my team going to be the ones who kills the enemy, right? Am I going to kill the enemy, or is my team going to kill the enemy? If I'm going to kill the enemy, I have to shatter them and be fairly close to them, right? Like I have to be like here to make sure I can actually swing and get kills. If I'm this far away, you're going to shatter, and then you get to run up here or maybe charge and kill one person, which may not be enough for you to win the fight, okay? If my team is going to get kills, I expect my team to get the kills, they have to be an LOS of the team. So for example, if all the enemy are here, great, shatter, yeah, your team will kill everybody. But around the corner, you see how your team's not ready for this? So that's a big problem. So I don't think this is a good shatter time. I think you need to wait here. Even though it's like, it seems wide open, it's not a good shatter timing. And obviously, inconveniently, Bob gets popped right now too. So you actually have plenty of time before shattering that you hear the Bob sound, you see it coming, and then you shatter. So this is like entirely on you, even independent of whether or not it's a good time in general to shatter. All right, Junk Queen's feeding, right? Fire Strike. So you never do the Fire Strike cancel, which you could use to instantly kill somebody who has 175 health, 185 health now, after the 10 health buff. So I'm going to also link you my Reinhardt techniques guide, which is short. It's only like 6 minutes. You should 100% watch that, because I don't see you shield hopping, and I don't see you Fire Strike canceling, and I don't see you camera swinging at all, among other things. So you should keep going aggressively right now. Yep, I think I would charge again right now. Yeah, just right now. So you saw Anna use all of her abilities. She has no sleep. She has no grenade. Just charge into them. I would charge right here to their right, and then if they don't try to walk in, if they walk into you, obviously just, you know, take your hands off the keyboard. You got them. If they stay to the left, then veer to the left and catch them and then pin them here. But not charging here is a big mistake. You want to catch the Anna out right now. So you charge too late. You've taken too much damage now. You're super low. Hopefully somebody will kill this Anna for you. A Fire Strike cancel would have killed her right there. Yeah. So I think just a lot of mechanics issues. Number one, just not reading that their team is in full retreat mode. Okay, there's 3 people here. You have 1, 2, 3 people, but you're a tank, which means you're easily better than one of them, no question. And the Anna has no abilities to stop this. Mercy's not going to stop you, right? The Ashe can't stop you. The Anna can stop you with sleep here, right? Coach Gun's not enough to stop his charge. So you can 100% kill the Anna right away if you just charged here. And I think you're just a little slow to react to that situation. Then at this point, you've waited so long that you've taken too much damage. The Anna ends up kiting you, right? You could have killed her with a Fire Strike cancel right there, and then you're gonna die. So we'll watch one more life here. So you push up right now. So one thing to recognize is you don't really need to do anything at this moment in time, because the cart still got a way to go. Your shatter is too far away, quite a bit too far away. You're not even close, quite frankly. This is like another 10 meters away to the Ashe. And even if you did shatter her, she's really, really far away and you're low on health, so it's unlikely you'd be able to kill her, because your Ashe is unlikely to kill their Ashe, being double pocketed by the Anna and the Mercy at this range. So I think that was a waste of shatter, which is probably going to cost you. Especially because they are running Junker Queen, so they literally cannot stop you from shattering whenever you want. Like, they cannot stop you, other than the lucky sleep dart, they cannot stop you from shattering. So you don't need to move the cart, just play up, hold this corner, right? Hold this corner, prevent the Junker from doing anything, and you're good to go. Like, I don't think their Junker Queen's doing anything, and I think that her play is a big reason why you are able to get as far as you do right now. So I would expect to lose this fight. Again, you guys have already made multiple pushes. You have 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Like, if we lose this fight, totally fine. Just save resources. I think you could have just held shield there and you would have been fine. Right? You have 1,100 health right now, and you're being killed by the Mora. I think you just hold shield here, you're good to go. And I don't think she'll be able to kill you. You're going to come out again. I lied about one more life. This is the last life, because last life wasn't really helpful. So, again, as a reminder, I mean, I don't know if I actually said this video, don't use shield for your team. Very misleading. Do not use shield to protect your team and be like, oh, my team's going to get that kills. Use the shield to attack the enemy team. So what you should do here is you should get to the corner, right? And then shield hop, which is a technique that I will link to you, shield hop to get to the enemy and then start swinging. What you're going to do here instead is you're just going to hold your shield here, and this is an example of why tanks lose games, is that you're going to sit back here, and you're like, oh, don't worry. Okay, I mean, your team is actually fragging right now. But you go out here, right, fight. I guess actually that ended up working out okay. But in general, I would say do not use your shield just to play passively. So this right now is a good, sort of good example. I mean, you are pushing, but you do have 5. I think it would have been reasonable actually to charge in here and fight this. I think actually that is the correct move. So right now, your team has gotten a lot of picks. I think if you charge in here, force this Mercy out, she flies to the point, then your team kills her, and then the fight is won. I think playing passive right now is no good. So you're letting shield get low, right? You really have to get up there. Again, you standing back here with the shield does not prevent them from killing your team. You are just going to get charged here? Question mark? So obviously, countercharge this. You had a lot of time to do something about that, which is unfortunate. You're going to miss this charge back. I don't even know that was a good charge back in general. Unfortunate. But I would say biggest tip overall would be just make sure to close the gap there long before their tank comes out, right? When the tank's out, different story. But if the tank's not there, push the advantage. All right, I'm going to pause there. Again, this is a mini review, not a full review by any means. Biggest tips. Number 1, definitely watch the techniques video, because you don't do fire strike cancels, which is a critical technique, and you don't do shield hopping, which I would consider almost as important as fire strike cancels. So those 2 techniques alone, really, really important. So techniques number 1. Number 2, don't push when you don't have armor is a good tip. And number 3 is when you do have an advantage, push aggressively and take space away from the enemy. Pushing aggressively does not mean committing. Don't necessarily do something that you can't recover from, but take some of the space away from them so they can't shoot at your team, and try to stay within melee range, okay, whenever you possibly can. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Oh, I would say last one, maybe analyze your losses on which maps. Reinhardt is more map dependent than a lot of other tanks, so you might be consistently losing certain maps, and you might think about playing either Reinhardt differently or playing another tank. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.